Okay. Hello, I am Bridget Rowe. I am energy. I am powerful. And I am who I say I am. Yesterday I did a video and I told everyone that I would come back today to do a video on life after death. And so this is for them when they come, and for you all that are here right now. It's not going to be long. I want to share a story with you all, and it's going to be basically tied into your physical reality. Basically, it's going to be a story about you. Hello, Maurice. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Just about to get started. So, before I get started, my website address is www.saltoftheearthhub.org. I think I put it in the headline. And so, I know this story is going to resonate with you. And I feel the need to share this with you because sometimes we have signs, we have clues about who we are, but maybe we're uncertain what it means, or maybe we haven't tapped into it just yet. So let's get started. This is the story I want to share with you. Okay. So once upon a time, you were in heaven. You were in heaven, or equivalent to a higher consciousness realm. And in this particular realm, you were all knowing. You were able to upload information. You were able to instantly manifest and create things. And while you were there, you were observer to the people in this physical reality here on earth. You were able to observe them. You were able to chime in on them, but you didn't feel, touch, and taste like they did. So you were able to watch, but you one day wanted to receive thrills, chills, and expansion. Because to you it felt like you had these wings, you had this all-knowing, but you longed to feel things like the air touching your face. You longed to better understand why people in the physical reality would often cry and tear up. And so you decided that you wanted to experience that. And because you wanted to experience that, you set up this plot. You know, this reminds me, how you were reminds me of that biblical text that says, "Who is man that thou art mindful of him, or the son of man that thou watchest over him?" So you prepare your life. You created your life. Every detail about it, you created it. You are that powerful. So you create who's going to be your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your friend, your mailman, when you're going to die, how you're going to die. You created why you're coming here. And so, let's say, for example, you decided to come here to experience love. That was your goal. So you set up this contract. You set up this contract to come here in the physical reality so that you could experience this thing called love for yourself. Not outside watching somebody else, but for yourself. And so you set up these ways that you would tap into all knowing. You wanted to be able to go home sometimes. So when you go to sleep at night, when you are in this physical reality, you made sure that when you go to sleep, you can go back to your place of all knowing. You set it up where you are in tune with all things in the universe. That way, when we have things like solar flares or lunar eclipse or solar eclipse, that the frequencies of the universe will quicken your dormant DNA. You set up friends in this particular contract that will remind you of why you came. Because, okay, you say you will come in for love. So you have these friends, okay, when you get to this here situation when I get to this situation in my life, I want you to say this, and maybe that'll quicken me to stay focused on what I came here to do. And this is the pact that you made. And so this is your assignment. And not only you are coming here for this, but you look around and you're not the only angelic being or person in this high consciousness realm that's coming here. There are other people that come here in this particular reality, but they don't come just to explore. They don't come just for that. Some people take on more baggage. Some people take on exploring and teaching. So these are the people that come in the physical reality, and they might come with a birth defect. They might come with a sickness or disease, you know. So they're coming to experience how it feels to be in this physical reality, but at the same time, they're coming to teach. Because they are teaching every time somebody look at them, if they're getting grossed out or if they can't tolerate this person because they look different or they look deformed. They're teaching. They're teaching them how to be humble as well. They're teaching them that it could always be worse. Things are always working out for you. And so you prepare yourself to come in the physical reality. And so you take that leap. And you come and you fall really hard because it's a big gap between all knowing and to this physical reality. That's a big gap. So you come here and you're a baby. So you're a baby when you're here, when you fall. And so you sleep a lot because you still getting nurtured. You still getting nurtured by your guys because they're always looking out for you. They're always going to be there for you. So you sleep a lot. And you're chiming back in and out. And so you're getting a little older. You're a little girl. You're getting dumbed down, though, because now you're getting vaccinations and things like that. You might have a little imaginary friend. You might remember being there sometimes, but your people in the physical reality, they'll be like, oh, baby, you watch too much TV, or you have such a great imagination. You know, they'll tell you all kind of things, and so you think it's different. So you'll grow and maybe put away your imaginary friend, and now you maybe like a teenager or whatever. But regardless of that dumbing down by everybody else, you're gonna get a wound because nobody is exempt from this thing called hurt and pain. So you're gonna get a wound. And let's say in this physical reality, you came down here and your wound was the fact that maybe you didn't have a relationship with your mother or your father, so you have a broken heart because of that. And you allowed that to define you instead of making it you better. You allowed that to make you bitter instead. So you walking around bitter, and as you become a teenager, it is hurting your friendships, your personal relationships, and you're just hurting people around you, because guess what? Hurt people hurt others, and you never healed from that wound. So now you're really out of sync with self, and you're growing and forming and shaping yourself at a discord from what you are, because you're an extension of love. You came from the throne of God. You came from this angelic being, this place of all knowing, this place of love. And so you're separated from yourself. And in being separated from yourself, it doesn't feel good. But you still have those people, the group that you created. You still have those people that can remind you, because they can see when you're hurting. Like that best friend that you had up there, that you created in your physical reality down here. She'll say, why don't you just forgive your daddy? I mean, you are about 30 years old. Why don't you just let that go? Because I want you to be happy. And you tell her, girl, you just don't know what he did to me or what my mama did to me. And if it's no different from a man or woman, whoever was hurt, it doesn't matter the sex here. I'm just using this as an example. But instead of giving into the love, you guard yourself a little bit more. And this same friend, y'all stay friends for a long time because you created this friend to be here for you in the physical reality, to remind you these things. And y'all stay friends for a long time, and then so now you're into relationships. Now it's not about mom or daddy. Now you're in relationships, and you're like, oh, I met this guy or whatever. And she's like, what happened with so and so? Oh, girl, he wasn't nothing. You know, he wasn't shit. That's what you say. And you're like, well, you just met him. Why don't you the friend is saying, why don't you just give him a chance? Why don't you give him a chance? And you're like, no, I'm not taking that. And so you guard it from love. But you came here from the cosmetic realm to experience love, and you're not experiencing it at all. And at night you go to the cosmetic realm because you feel at ease there. You feel peace there. You don't understand that sometimes you linger on there. You call it here in the physical reality, you call it paralysis, sleep paralysis. But that's because there's a lag time, because you're still there. You're not in the body yet. So the body is not moving because the soul, or the larger part of it, is still up there. Or better yet, you probably didn't recognize that either. You didn't recognize that either. So when your alarm clock went off, for example. When your alarm clock went off, it scared the living lights out of you. Not because of the sound, but because you were there. because you were there. And so when the alarm clock went off, it shook your body and got you back into the body immediately. Because you were there, and you have to be here in the physical when something is happening to this physical body, because you were assigned to it. This is what you created, to be assigned to this in this particular contract that you made for yourself. But you still don't get it. You don't get it. You don't know what you're born to do. You don't understand these things that are happening to you. You don't understand that you created this friend that to remind you because that you came here for love and you want to explore it. You don't understand that these situations are happening to you because you wanted to explore these things. You just think coincidences are happening to you. You think life is just giving you the short end of the stick. So anyway, life goes on, and it comes to the day that it is time for the contract to be over, the time for you to die. And so whether you are immediately dying that particular day, you feel kind of eerie, this eerie sense, because people that are going to die that day, they know, but they don't understand how to express it. They know something eerie is going on within. So let's say that you were about to die. You were about to die because you were sick. You're in the hospital. That day in the hospital, you're going to be on your deathbed almost, but you're going to be asking, and you probably know somebody that did this, that passed away, asking, what time is it? What time is it? Because you're going back and forth. You're going back and forth into different dimensions. So you want to know what time it is. You're feeling the lag, and you kind of understanding that time is illusion. What dimension, what world am I in right now? Or better yet, you probably know somebody that passed before you and they saw one of their relatives, somebody that was deceased. They saw the greeter. They saw somebody from the cosmetic realm that came to greet them because that was the day that they were about to finish the contract. And so you die. You die in the physical, but the soul or the larger part of you lives on. So you get out of the physical body. You get out of the physical body and you look at yourself. You look at yourself. You look at that physical body, and you don't desire to get back in it. You don't desire to get back in it because you know you're about to go back home. You don't desire to get back in it because that physical body felt uncomfortable and is probably at this point weary and stressed out. And you look and you see the people that love you around, maybe mourning their loss of you. But you know you must move on. You know that you had a contract and your contract is over and you must move on. And you're not slighted about this because you know that they have a contract as well and they will be on the other side with you really soon, because this is why in the biblical text it says 1 day is like 1,000 and 1,000 is like one. So when you go there, it's like they're going to be there the next day. And so you longing to get back there. You longing to get back home to your heavenly state, to love. And so you go back to heaven. And so your mind is really powerful. Your mind creates your reality. So if you believe in this heaven, hell type thing, whatever you believe in, you'll get. But it'll be done during your mind, and it'll be temporary because you have to look over your life too. So first and foremost, if you believe in heaven to be you walking up these stairs with this big puff of clouds around it, then that's what you'll get because you created that. You create your reality. If you believe, if you're in religion, you believe that heaven, going to heaven is these pearly gates that you read about in the biblical text, and there's the street that is paved with gold. Well, you're about to walk on the gold street. If you believe that this spaceship is gonna come, well, guess what? Beam me up, Scotty, because that's what you're gonna get. You create your reality. And if you believe in this hellish place, you're gonna be sitting there screaming and hollering for nothing until you calm yourself down. But you're gonna be putting yourself through this so-called mental hell. So anyway, you're back in the cosmetic realm, and so you at ease. You're just being for a while until one of your guides from there will say, come here, come see. We want to show you something. So you go and you look, and they want to show you your life. Now, mind you, you in land now of all-knowing infinite intelligence of love. You came here on this contract. You remember now. But when you came down here, you didn't have all the answers. You didn't remember. You forgot along the way. So you back there and you're going over the life. And they'll show you your life. And this is what they mean in the biblical text about the book of lives. It is your lives. But this is just life number one for you. So you're looking at your life. And they'll give you two views of your life. They'll give you the view of you, your life, in you in your shoes. And then they'll give you the view of your life of how it affected the people that were around you. So you're looking over your life as you in the body, and you're like, well, I could have forgave my daddy. Things are always working out for me. I am an extension of love. It wasn't that bad. I could have forgave my mother. I could have did this a little different, because now you're on a higher plane. You're in love. And so you know that you should be vibrating on the love frequency. But it was just a little bit harder here in the physical reality, seemingly to you. And then you look at your life, and you look at your life and how it affected everybody around you. And you look at how bitter you was. And then you say, no. I went there for love. Why didn't I stop that? Why didn't I listen? I want to go back. I want to right those wrongs, seemingly. And this is karma. This is karma at its finest, because you reap what you sow. And you sitting up there balancing your heart, how you see it and how you wanted it to go. So you say, I want to go back. And there you go. And then the cycle continues. And people go through this cycle over and over, trying to heal from karma, trying to tap into the power within. And this is why this so-called deja vu exists in our physical reality, because we have been here before. We're waiting for that lifetime where we evolve to our higher self. This is why in our physical reality we have things like birthmarks, because a birthmark is actually an indication, 9 times out of 10, an indication of the way you died in the previous lifetime. But you do it, some people do it over and over and over again, and never evolve to that higher self. They never tap in, they never remember in the physical reality. They go back there, look over their life and say, okay, I want to come back. You know, I'm reminded of this movie. There's this movie. It's an old movie called City of Angels. And this movie speaks so much of truth. It is so on point. Sometimes we have these movies that reveal something that really is deep and really can resonate with your soul or the larger part of you. And this particular movie, my favorite part in this movie, there's this man, he's sick and he's in a hospital. He's in a hospital, and an angel comes up in the room and touches him on his shoulder. And when the angel touched him, he couldn't see the angel, but when the angel touched him, he felt a sense of wellness. And he took a deep breath and he smiled to his face. And he told the angel out loud verbally, he said, I know you're here. Tell them I said I'm not ready yet. That is my favorite part of that movie, because sometimes when I'm in the room alone, I would just say out loud, I know you're here. Tell them that I remember. I know you're here. Tell them that I will complete my contract. I know you're here. Tell them that I am doing the very thing that I am born to do. And so I wanted to share that story, and I'm going to let you go on that cue and give you an opportunity to talk to that angelic being, your ancestor, whoever your guide is that's in that room watching you while you watch me, and let them know, I know you're here. Be blessed.